Hello, folks, and welcome back to twitch.tv/games with Nick. What can I say? It's late summer. I don't really feel like working. Let's just play through more of The Awakened. So, let me load so the ominous music stops. And give you a little quick recap of both why we're playing this game and where we are. So this is a game by Frogwares, which is a Ukrainian studio that is famous for doing a lot of Sherlock Holmes games, and he also did The Sinking City, I believe. Yes, I think that's the correct one. And they recently announced that their next game is going to be a remake of this particular story. And so, I was like, okay, I love Frogwares. I maybe don't love their last couple of games as much as the old ones like this one, but I was like, okay, well, you know what, sure. Let's back the game. Let's replay the old Awakened because it's cool. So if you're interested, check it out. Back them. They're in Ukraine. They definitely can appreciate any support you can give them. As for this game, it all started as Sherlock was investigating the disappearance of a manservant of somebody who was living near him. This led him to a wharf in Britain, where he discovered that a whole bunch of foreigners had been captured and packed into essentially coffins and sent off to somewhere. We don't know exactly where, but the opiate that they were using to sort of keep these poor prisoners sedated led us to a clinic in Switzerland called Black Edelweiss. Here we learned that, first of all, at this clinic, they were doing horrible human experiments on like cutting off parts of her brain, seeing if it could still sing. And specifically, they had a weird, crazy hermit in a hidden chamber, and they were teaching a bunch of um, again foreigners, prisoners, lobotomized at this point, to sing a ritual chant. So we definitely have some Cthulhu inspired vibes. Now we're following the money at the moment. The money that the crazy chief of the asylum had came from somewhere in Louisiana, as well as apparently some sort of cult leader. So we're currently just landed in New Orleans and are trying to find our footing and figure out, you know, who kidnapped people and where those poor kidnapped people have actually gone. Okay, let's get down to it.
What do you make of this, Holmes?
Boop, 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 boop.
One more step, and your brains will be about as useful as gator bait.
The continent welcomes us with such hospitality, doesn't it?
Beg pardon, my good man. Is the bank closed for some time?
As long as it takes Mr. Blackman to come back from Baton Rouge with more dollars.
You were robbed.
Not hardly. We had a jewel sale.
When might one expect Mr. Blackman to return?
He likely could come back most any day, but he'll be gone 3 days at the least.
Is there anyone else who could shed some light on this transaction? You see, we have come from Europe and are interested in a particular set of precious stones. It may well prove to be this same set your bank sold recently.
I ain't talking, and I don't know nothing about it anyhow.
All right. Notice the sale of jewels. That's suspicious because jewels were how the
I have no reason to go there.
Dr. Creep was able to financiate? No, that doesn't finance his operation. Kind of a Chinese quarter?
It would be better to turn back.
All right. Can't enter the saloon.
Good morning, dear. Come to relax?
No thank you, madam.
Right. Doesn't look like there's anything we can do over here.
I have no reason to go there.
Don't let me go back on the boat, so let's go this way. What did the guy say? Not much. It's like I know what's supposed to happen now, but I don't know how
I told
to.
you once, now don't rile me. Get lost.
I guess we should get to the hotel. Seems like a good idea. No?
What do you make of this, Holmes?
It would be better to turn back.
Yeah, okay. I feel like something's missing. We reached the Cajun area of New Orleans. Really looks like a ghetto, if you ask me, but
It's better to stay clear of these hounds.
this is all well and good, but they can't have removed that part of the game. It's a fun one. I don't expect they actually did, but I have no clue where to go, what to do. Here we are just heading back to the main street.
It would be better to turn back.
Good doggo. Talk to the madam. What am I missing? That was the.
I told you once. I told you once.
Let me reread the dialogue.
What else do you want? We have work to do.
You know, ma'am, I'm not sure myself. I am not sure myself. Can't open any of these doors. Can't talk to anyone else. Can't interact with anything else. Guess it's back to the old walkthrough. I hate doing it, but let's see. The awakened walkthrough. Right. Are in Louisiana. Oh, I should have looked at my inventory. We have money and bills of exchange. We need to grab this guy. Duh. I didn't even think about checking my inventory. My bad.
There is one feller. Goes by the name of Champagne. He's Cajun. He knows everything that goes on around these parts. You can most likely find him near a pile of planks at the end of the pier.
Everything has its price in America, isn't that what they say?
Alright. That's the end of the pier. Now we should be able to find Champagne. There he is.
With open arms, Watson?
Napoleon, Lafayette.
Yeah.
The dogs, they just don't take to the smell of gentle folks, especially foreign ones. So what can old Champagne do for you? How's about some planks for your boat? Maybe a ride in Gator's Bath?
Some other time, perhaps. People say that you know everything that occurs in this area.
Maybe so. Don't care much what them people say. What you want to know?
We are particularly interested in a recent transaction in precious stones. No doubt you are familiar with these events.
For sure that's true. Now that you say it, I reckon I heard of some swap for jewels. I would help you out, but my poor brains like to train with no coal. What you want me to do? Now there's a bottle of some champagne or this and that. Old Champagne will have a thing or two to say to you.
Alright, I guess we need to find some actual champagne.
Fish is fat this year. Lots of gators in the bayou, that's true. Mm-hmm.
Can we talk to our sheriff friend?
I told you once, now don't...
Nope. He took a lot of money, huh? We've talked to the lady. She looks like she deals with fine things.
What else do you want? We have work to do.
Apparently not. Luggage. Sheriff, rundown factory. Other side, maybe. Get mermaid. And then,
I have no reason to go there.
no, apparently French Quarter's no place to be. Nothing around here, so
I have no reason to go there.
let's keep going through the path back to the Quai de Cajon. See what we can find. Don't see any of these. Was just a broken plank.
Crawfish is fat.
Oh, you know what? Maybe I should just bribe him.
Duh.
Duh.
That come to me true. Was a week ago, maybe two. A butler working for a rich man made himself a jewel trade to honor and co. Looks like business to be done fast and with a quiet way. By my foot, the truth is here now.
The name of the employer of this silent partner?
He go by the name Arneson. He from far up the bayou to the east. He got some crazy notions, Atten. They must be all like that where he come from.
No doubt. One other matter. During the last few days, have you noticed any strange ship movements, especially regarding those taking leave of port late at night?
You did right by old Champagne, so I tell you true. 5 days ago, a ship, she weigh anchor in the middle of the night. She took sail right after a mess of folks brought a lot of boats to meet her and charged on board. These all came from the swamps. Could be toting contraband. Anyway, it left for the old world for sure. Old Champagne keeps to his own self. No reason to know nothing more. And advice to you, stay clear. Those that sticks their nose where it don't belong end up feeding the gators round these parts.
We shall consider ourselves duly warned. Good day.
And if you wants to go for a ride in the bayou or something else, old Champagne treats you right. I take dollars, bottles of you know what, right?
Alright. Summarize. I really need to reread it because his accent is pretty thick. We could go maybe two. A butler working for a rich man. Jewel trade to owner and company. Arneson. I'll just go ship. Bunch of boats went to her and then set sail again. Alright.
Holmes, our bag! Thief! Stop! Thief!
Alright. Oh, just give me a second. So the purpose now is just to run after the thief. And find like alternate paths.
Stop! There he is.
It's a very fun and campy section. Woo! Oh, there's a sheriff there and is just not doing jack shit. Okay, we're gonna grab him from up top.
He's there.
Oh. Didn't mean to fall. So maybe I had to? Yeah, I think I had to. Where is Watson in all of this? Woo! Woo!
Stop!
Good times. Very un-point-and-click adventure. I wonder how this part even plays if you're playing in third person. Oh, guy lost his head. What a shame. Oh, here. Oh, you know what? I'm just realizing the third-person perspective is what they added in the remaster as well. Because I think it's only in Jack the Ripper that they got back to it. That's cool. I still like first person, it's more fun. Oh boy!
Stop right there, you two. Not a move.
But the thief, he is going to...
Thief? What thief?
All I see are two foreigners tearing up my wharf, making a lot of noise. I expect you have some sort of papers proving who you are and what business you have in my parish. I assume you have proof you're here legally.
What? Of course we have papers in our bag. But that villain, well, upon my word, you allowed him to make off with our bag.
What are you insinuating, sir? Are you trying to offend me?
Gentlemen, look here. Calm down, Watson.
But can't you see that...
Watson? So you are Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Please, spare us the pretense. You know very well who we are.
And a clever fella in the bargain. Listen to me and listen up good, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson. You will leave tomorrow morning for Europe on the same ship that brought you here. No need to offload your bags. Just turn around and get back on board. Nothing good will come your way if you ignore my advice. Oh, and one more thing. Without proper papers, you're nothing more than outlaws here in New Orleans. And outlaws end up as gator bait in my parish.
With open arms, was it, Watson?
Holmes, enough.
It seems they were warned of our arrival and waiting for us. Let's find the wealthy side of the city and the house of this Arneson. Come, Watson, time is not our friend. Watson, let's pay a visit to this Arneson.
Okay. So in our outlaw status, we're gonna go and visit the French Quarter. Actually, can I maybe talk to the girl?
What else do you want?
Apparently not. At least not yet. All right. French district. Where the mansions are, huh? Oh, I'm worried about the representation of this poor woman. Something tells me there's a chance it's going to be slightly racist. Again, let's remember that, these developers are from Ukraine, and the game was made in
Watson, it seems we have
2008.
arrived at the place. Look
So,
there, on the iron door.
couple buffaloes.
Looks like no one is here, Holmes.
It's a pity, Watson. This is our only lead.
The pathos. The tension.
Good morning, miss. Please don't be alarmed. We won't harm you, my dear. What is your name?
Eula, sir.
Lovely. When we arrived here, you were looking through this gate. This is the residence of Mr. Arneson, isn't it? Do you know him?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if he is at home?
Don't rightly know, sir.
Watson,
Come now, don't distress yourself like this. Why all these tears?
Because of my little brother, Davy. He serves with Mr. Arneson, and been more than 5 days since I heard from him.
perhaps he went on a trip with Mr. Arneson.
No, sir. Tain't likely. I serves at the Gallagher's just the other side of the road. If they had left, I would have seen them. Something bad has happened. I can feel it.
But if you were so near, surely your brother would have cried out for help if there had been any real danger.
No, sir. Davy, he ain't like you and me. He's right smart in some ways. But Davy can't talk. Not a word. Besides, most evenings we visits and sees each other across the stable door. It been more than 5 days since he been there. Oh, sir, I be mighty scared. Something has happened to him. I just knows it.
Miss, take us to this stable. Watson, I think this place is indeed isolated, and therefore quite vulnerable.
There be. I'm gonna go wait on the road. That way, if my mistress calls for me, I can hear.
Oh, it's not too bad.
It is hardly secure, Watson. Regard the lock. It has a primitive wooden latch, which is also quite flimsy.
Ooh. There we go.
Bravo, Holmes. Holmes, this horse is dying of thirst. Poor animal.
He has had no water for these past 5 days, Watson.
Unbearable.
Don't worry, we'll save little horsey.
This should prove useful.
What do we get? Oh. Nails.
I hope this gate is not locked, because it appears quite formidable. Open!
Alright. Let's see.
This should prove useful. This should prove useful.
Bluebell,
This
Lily,
should prove useful.
Peruvian Lily.
Observe, Watson, these beautiful, well-tended flowers. Someone must care for them.
Okay. There's some water.
Water.
So we do need something to give it to the horse, and we don't have anything at the moment, but hey.
Ah, Holmes, there are thousands of these mosquitoes.
We must turn back, Watson, or we shall be devoured.
Ugh.
Footsteps. Let's see.
Bet someone's missing a nail. I guess you can't quite tell.
Some footsteps or marks, not clear enough to make out. Some footsteps or marks, not clear enough to make out. Let's see if there are others. Footsteps.
Maybe this one?
Some footsteps or marks.
No, I guess these are all the ones, okay. No, that's towards the mosquitoes.
Footsteps. Another footstep. The hunt is on, Watson. Another footstep. Another footstep.
Alright, so we definitely need to go towards the mosquito thing.
Look, Holmes, a raccoon. Come here, you little rascal.
They won't allow us too close, Watson, though the little imps are rather inquisitive by nature.
Alright. I wonder, can I just... Alright, we've done a tour of the garden.
Closed, tight.
There's a window open somewhere. Go back around this way, maybe the back door is open. Yes, alright.
What a wretched smell, Holmes.
Quite wretched, Watson. It is the foul stench of death. Blood! Blood!
I love it. I love when he says it.
Blood! Blood!
Alright.
It's a ham. What a delectable aroma. If only I were hungry. Watson, hold the basin. I think you know what to do with it.
Let's go save the poor little horsey.
No, I can't do that.
Oh.
Perfect.
Right. Back to the stables. Here you go, bud.
Easy now, fellow. Drink up.
And... oh! Hey.
What could this be doing here?
That was a very good question. Convenient. I assume we're gonna switch back to Sherlock. Yeah.
Here you are, Watson.
Ew. Oh. Very gross. Unsanitary.
Closed. Tight. Watson, what do you make of this?
What a horrific sight. It has lain here for at least a week.
On the contrary, Watson, once again you see but fail to observe. The warmth of the local climate and the exceptional humidity undoubtedly sped up the rate of decomposition. Based upon my calculations, the body has been here for 5 days. Let's examine the hands. They are calloused, with traces of dirt under the nails. This would be the gardener, no doubt.
Probably it, right? Yeah. Okay, well, the gardener's dead.
Papers were burned, and great care was taken to destroy everything of any value to our case. We will find nothing further in this place. Blood!
This is what they killed the gardener with, I'm gonna assume.
Interesting. The person who sat here was fond of cigars. This blood on the ground came from a deep wound. These footsteps indicate a person of small stature, and the fact that they are so closely set suggests they made their way with great stealth. I cannot budge the handle. They must have lodged something behind it to hold fast the door. Shh, Watson, listen. Whoever you are, open up. We mean you no harm. Open the door, for God's sake. It's a matter of life or death.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility is appreciated. We shall come back later.
Alright. Probably found the kid, hopefully.
These footsteps indicate...
Yeah, we already did this.
What's this? Someone placed their hand near this footstep. Judging by the size of the fingers, it seems to be a youth. Why would they lean down here? Of course, to pick something up. Curious, there are some mud that appears to have come from underneath the bed. Yes, there is something here.
Maybe with the hammer?
Yes, there is something here.
We're going to combine the hammer and... maybe actually need... yeah, okay.
A stone of small size, but of splendid colour. It seems to have no flaws, and I doubt that it originated in the American continent. Anson, with his servant, no doubt.
Let's not go upstairs just yet. Oh, actually we might need to, because I don't think there's anything else for us to see over here. Okay, let's go up. Master bedroom. Dear Mr. Arneson, it was a rare pleasure to encounter your extraordinary altruistic attitude towards your employee, young Davy. You would have made the effort to discover the truth of his affliction, and most would have discharged the boy from their services without hesitation. It is fortunate that Dr. Callagher, who has expertise in these matters, is also your neighborhood. Without his intervention, it is doubtful it would have been introduced, and then you would not have had the answers about this young man that you have been seeking. First, I will tell you that Davy's problems are psychological rather than physical. As you have already noticed, he hears and understands perfectly well. A medical examination also revealed that his vocal organs are unimpaired. Final diagnosis is that of psychological trauma or mental blockage that prevents him from speaking. As for your anecdote concerning the coins and discovery of the incredible talent that this young man seems to have for figures, it reminds me of similar child prodigy cases. I've requested their files from my colleagues and hope to learn more. All I can say now is that your employee has a phenomenal memory for figures and that an adapted teaching program could enable him to exploit his talent further and benefit his community. Best regards, Professor L. Kafka. Right. Exploring fauna of Louisiana. Because the alligators are not the most fearsome predators according to visitors, I'll agree that mosquitoes are the worst enemy of man in Louisiana. No one knows how many different varieties of mosquitoes hunt the surrounding swamp and lowlands, but the most common are hematophages attracted by mammals' body warmth, smell of blood from wounds or sweat. They can quickly swarm in clouds of several thousands and attack their target with the same effectiveness as a school of piranhas. Look, fauna and flora of the Amazon. Every year, they cause numerous deaths among the cattle. Fortunately, deaths among people are rare. The natives shared with us some of their local recipes to avoid this plague. The most efficient and common method consists of applying some lemon juice. The aroma repels these menacing insects. Simple presence of a lemon tree in front of a window is enough to dissuade them from entering that place. The more audacious solutions consist of carrying several toads on your person in a conspicuous manner. These amphibians are very effective. Oh, we're not gonna go for the toads, huh? The behavior of the raccoon in Louisiana is very similar to his brothers from the forests of the East Coast. There are a few differences. There are many unique predators of the raccoon in the wilds of Louisiana, notably certain kinds of aquatic snakes. Because of this, raccoons in this region take their meals in a nest, usually placed in the branches of a tree or at any height, which is easily approachable by the raccoon, well known for its agility, but also out of easy reach of their enemies. Carrion is a main part of their diet, particularly if speaking of a female with small kids. Her need for additional protein to sustain her milk production makes carrion a particular good source of food.
Ah, a book on the fauna and flora of Louisiana.
Fantastic Hunt Tales by D. Niles. Or much more, of course, it is an African swallow. But our most disturbing tale about wild creatures of the marshes and swamps comes from Louisiana, near the city of New Orleans. Frightening events have plagued the region in recent history. At the time this book was put to press, rumors about mysterious disappearances, discoveries of mutilated bodies, and a fearsome beast of the swamps continued to haunt the poorer quarters and dockyards of the city. Our story begins 15 years ago, when noted citizens of New Orleans contacted a world-renowned hunter known as Ward. This gentleman, who wishes to remain anonymous, retained Ward to track and kill the beast that was terrorizing his workers. These freedmen worked in his fishery and lived in infamous wooden shacks built along the outer banks of the swamp. Over the last year or more, there were mounting numbers of unexplained disappearances and deaths, which happened with alarming regularity, particularly at high tide. It has been reported finding the mutilated and half-eaten bodies of men floating out from the swamp, and even more alarming, young women had also been mysteriously disappearing. At first, he appealed to the local authorities, but was met with indifference. They blamed these incidents on his own hired men who lived beside the swamp. Local constabularies reasoned that these people originated in Africa, where sacrificial rites involving young virgins were common. For the fate of the men found dead, they argued that this was more certainly the work of alligators which filled the swamps. Our good citizen thought this highly unlikely, as the area was teeming with game. He knew from personal experience that alligators rarely attack humans when fish and natural food are readily available. He also rejected the notion that sacrificial rites were involved. If that being the case, his men would not have asked for his help, could have handled the matter themselves. Ward was told that workers usually disappeared while dredging for crayfish. As far as was known, 12 girls had disappeared recently, and no less than 7 young men had been found dead. The workers now refused to enter the swamp, even to withdraw their gear. Adding to the tension were rumors of a grotesque and scaly silhouette seen by a fisherman in a distant fog. Ward was offered a large sum to hunt down the presumed beast and return with it to the man's hired workers, that they could return to fishing for crayfish and forget about their complaints. Ward accepted the commission, cleaned his weapon, and hired a local guide who knew the swamp. They left on a boat that very same day. For the next 2 weeks, they searched the swamp, leaving early in the morning and coming back late at night. One evening, Ward came back, anxious and excited. Then they discovered a trail, deep in the swamp. He and his guide heard something that initially sounded like singing, but in dreadful guttural and scoring voices. Ward explained that it might have been the mating call of a bull alligator or some large reptile. He promised to go there first thing in the morning and return with its head. He left at dawn, and later gunshots were heard from the depths of the swamp. Evening came and went, with no sign of Ward or his guide. Nor were they seen the next day and into the next weeks. However, the strange disappearances and deaths ended. People speculated that Ward, his guide, and the beast had killed each other in some ferocious battle. Then, some months later, an extraordinary thing occurred. The fisherman discovered what happened to be a white man caught in quicksand. The man, upon discovery, shouted with panic and attempted to escape. The fisherman was forced to stand him with an oar in order to bring him in. The man had moss, seaweed, and muck, all teeming with vermin covering his gaunt frame. Features were buried under a thick beard and wild tangle of hair. Despite his appearance, which was barely human, some people claimed to recognize Ward's evil eyes. He was also naked, his teeth were strangely sharpened, and his eyes were feverish and barely able to focus. Worst of all were the terrible, strange scars that covered his entire body. Their symmetry resembled the work of some deranged artist, a madman. The many thought the opposite. The authorities decided that Ward had inflicted these marks upon himself and locked him in a cell, saying he must surely be insane. After doctors examined him, he was officially judged to be mad and sent to the mental hospital in Baton Rouge. There, he remained locked up until the end of his short life. He spent the last few months of his life there, eating only raw fish and screaming to all who could hear that they had saved him. He cried out that he was the one with them, and he spoke to him in a dream, and his awakening was soon to come. Another historical tale, even more disturbing, comes from us from the British moors, where a white rabbit.
This book has been read often. Tales of Fantastic Hunts by D. Niles. This metal tube is approximately 40 centimeters in length and 18 in diameter. It bears a small tag which reads, "This one without defect. My sincere apologies, E. Otis."
What the devil are you doing, Holmes?
I honestly am not sure myself, but we have a metal tube. The player's corner. In order to wind up this unique watch, you need to find the figures corresponding to those of the clock, according to the same logic. 2 dips are already marked to help you figure out what method to use. Good luck. Do-do-do. Nine 3 3 2 7 2. Oh, I bet these are divisors, right? Because 10 is divisible by 1, 2, 5, and 10. 9 is divisible by 1, 3, and 9. 7 is divisible by 1 and 2. And 3 is divisible by 1 and 2. Okay, so I know how this works out. At least I guess that this is how this works out.
A newspaper from 5 days ago. Someone has torn the last page. Well, it seems Arnson tried his hand at a small riddle in this newspaper. How strange. He does not seem the type to take interest in mathematical conundrums.
Oh, lemons.
This should prove useful. Closed tight.
Now we found lemons. Let's go through the mosquitoes, I think. If I can remember which way to go out from. This way.
Ah, Holmes! There are thousands of these mosquitoes.
We must turn back. What?
I am somewhat confused.
Closed. Tight.
Hmm.
I cannot do this.
What do you make of this, Holmes?
I do not know, Watson. I do not know. There's nothing else to grab here.
This is useless.
I mean, I can't believe you want
I
me
cannot
to
do this.
smash it, you know?
Whoever you are, open up.
This is useless, Holmes.
Watson, your sensibility... They killed the man who was sitting there, and the trail of blood begins here. So this would be the body they dragged through the gate. The person was struck with a sharp object as they entered. You can see the trail of blood that continues past the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
Blood! Closed. Tight.
Now, this is the kitchen. There's nothing else for us to do in the kitchen.
Blood!
That's the exit.
Closed. Tight.
I mean, it feels... Oh. No.
Footsteps. Let's see.
Am I missing something in these footsteps?
Watson, regard the traces in the soil. A body was dragged here recently. Undoubtedly, it was a man of great size.
Oh,
More
okay.
traces of mud. A person wearing shoes thick with fresh mud entered the garden by this gate. They entered the house and then returned, dragging a body back along the way. This erased some signs of their former movements, but not entirely. Fortunately, I have a particular talent for tracing footsteps, a neglected art indeed.
In Arnerson's garden, I found several elements which indicated that the person whose footwear was splattered with fresh muck entered the garden by the small gate, proceeded to the house entrance, then dragged the body back in the opposite direction and attempted to hide his traces. However, it did not dispose of all the muck and also left several black traces of blood.
Holmes! Here!
Alright,
Very interesting.
that is enough. 1 is 1 divisor, 2 is 2, 3 is 2, 4, 5 is prime, 7 is prime, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is prime. 4 has 3 divisors. Same thing is true of 9. 6 has 4. 1, 2, 3, and 6. 8 has 1, 2, 4, 8, so that's also 4. 10 we know is 4, and 12 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 12, so that's 6. Elementary.
Nothing can stop an inventive and logical mind. Bah, it's only an air pistol. I would be hard-pressed to shoot a nestling from a branch with this weapon. Besides, it's not even loaded.
Alright.
Closed. Tight.
But now we should have the key. Great.
Watson, that shouting. Something is happening.
This must have come from the stables, Holmes. This must have come from the stables, Holmes.
You really don't want me to. Okay. Guess we'll run back. Also, that was a very piercing scream. No, wrong way. This way. This way? No, this way.
This must have come from...
Yeah, I'm going there. Jeez. Instead of stopping me, let me go there.
They've bolted the door. There's no time for anything else. We must force it open. Quickly, Watson. We must find something to serve as a battering ram.
We must act quickly, Holmes.
Easy enough.
Watson, this can serve as a...
Oh, Jesus.
Watson, tend to her.
Holmes, hold on. There is a message pinned to this unhappy woman.
That's a freaking sheriff. Do you think that in this city the life of one English detective is worth much more than that of a black maid servant? Final warning, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, she is still in shock. I must stay with her.
Sounds good. Alright. Yeah, a creepy... Jesus, that's really creepy. You open the door, it's like... Rawr.
A lovely piece. I must say it's the highlight of this exhibition, but I dare say it shall prove useful.
This is a horn. Poacher. Oh. My best trophy, sure.
This Anson has a good sense of humour. He and this girl should be very close. Perhaps she has some information.
Okay.
Yes, there is something here.
Oh, that's what we need the cylinder for.
Strange drawing. It says, only the best gunmen earn the finest arms.
So we need to shoot iguana or something? That iguana?
Surely there is something behind this fresco. This hole must be part of some mechanism.
Anything else? That.
It says, oh,
Yeah, we already saw that.
ingenious. Standing on the stone activates some mechanism.
Ooh.
This picture is sinister. Surely there is something behind.
How do I pop the hole? With nail, maybe?
Surely there is something.
Knife?
Surely there is something behind this.
No. Let's go. Maybe get the air thingy? Air pistol thingy?
Bah, it's only an air pistol.
No. Like, I understand I'm supposed to hit the eye, but... what am I supposed to use for that? Oh.
Surely there is something.
No.
Surely there is something behind it. Anson should be in these pictures.
So he's not letting me grab that.
These clothes belong to a servant, and judging from their size, he is a small man. I cannot do this. Nice lemons.
Oh, I should probably get a lemon.
Nice lemons.
No. I thought you were supposed to stay with the woman. I need like a long, thin metal thingy. Even stables, actually. Of course, you got back up. Something on the porch? No. Front door is locked. Mosquitoes I can't get to yet.
Closed. Tight.
Something long and thin. Long and thin.
This must be Arnson. He appears fond of cigars. Blood!
Oh.
Champagne. Maybe.
Oh, I literally got some
I won't
champagne.
do that.
Nothing here. The kid's not gonna open me. What do you suggest? Yep. Oh, dude, I've been past that. Hotspot. Yep. Yep. Way down. Yep. Very small round hole. Rod. Oh. Okay.
This should prove useful.
That was really hidden. Okay. We are good to go now. Potted plant. Rod.
Nothing can stop an inventive and logical mind.
Ashmat tried to meet and make friends with these men, who are strangers to our language, mainly Chinese, Indians of various tribes, and those of Africa. He says that he intends to teach them the language, and thanks to these skills, they may find work. Where? Colin heard him speak with a stranger at the gate. Colin has a decent memory and good ear for a gardener. Here's what he heard and what he could recall. Search for old Sam's racks. Pass in front of the demon rock. Take a left in front of the jellyfish. They will not be hungry at night. Sing high the call with strength so they will know you. The fisherman told me that he was often out alone in the swamp late in the evening. That's why he has such a nasty appearance and he's never there in the morning. There is something of great importance in the swamp, I am sure of it. I should not have spoken to the sheriff. Since then, Ashmat has become distant and wary. I am done with his impudence. If he does not come forward with what I need to know, then I shall confront him this evening. By God, Its counter will tell me everything he knows, or she'll throw him out the door and report him to the authorities.
How dreary, the swamp. We must hold fast, as it is imperative that we go there tonight. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson.
Northwood Agency, Boston, August 25th. Dear Sir, it was with great surprise and interest that I received your letter. It would seem that the link between your employee and the affair which commends us is not accidental. First of all, before answering your questions, I must implore you avoid any risky steps you take to assist us. The greater the sums involved, the less scruples criminals maintain. Such men are incapable of pity and are most ruthless. And as you know, according to our client, the amount involved is considerable. I contacted your client and submitted your proposal, which she accepted unconditionally. As you already know, the restitution of the stolen goods is not only our goal, is our not our only goal. Our agency would add a substantial bonus to the authorized sum should your efforts prove to be the deciding factor in the resolution of this case. Unfortunately, the agent in charge of this case, whom you have met, is presently in Europe. Rest assured, he will contact you immediately upon his return. If anything of importance occurs in the meantime, please contact me directly without delay. Sincerely yours, E. Spears. Yeah, he's not gonna contact them because he's dead. And in fact, his body has been torn apart by
Very
snakes.
interesting. The same woman seen in the trophy photograph.
To my darling Errol, this bouquet will forever be the true symbol of our love. Lucy. Okay, it's a good thing I made a bouquet exactly like that one.
It is possible to take down an elephant with one shot using these weapons. Unfortunately, the metal grid is too solid to break through.
Is that a key or something? Yeah, it's still a key.
This is useless. I won't do that. I cannot do this.
Alright.
This is useless. I cannot do this.
Okay, I guess this might be actually everything then, huh?
Nice lemons. Nice lemons.
Oh. Alright, I guess I'll just go back to the barn and talk to the lady. Oh.
Perhaps it is time to take care of this young man. Everything in good time. First, I must find Watson. Everything in good time.
Alright, let's go back to the stables. Get Watson and maid. We should be able to get the little kid to come out.
Watson, read this. It sheds light on a dark and sinister enterprise.
Arneson was in contact with the Northwood Agency. He wanted to inform them about the activities of Ashmat. But why?
Because his servant was secretly selling the same stolen jewellery sought by this agency. How is she, Watson?
It will be difficult for her to speak for some time. She had a narrow escape.
Can she walk?
Yes, but why?
Come with me. Your brother is behind this door, miss. He is wounded, but only superficially. It is extremely urgent that he opens this door. Can you call to him? Perhaps it will draw him out.
David. David.
Young man, I know that you can hear and understand me. We are here at the request of your sister, who is with us now. She is very worried about you, and rightly so. The man with me is a doctor. He is going to look at your wound and ease your suffering. Please come out. Everything will be all right.
Open the door, David. These gentlemen talk true. Come on now. Open up the door for Eula.
Miss, you should go and get some food for your brother. He must be very hungry. Have you finished, Watson?
Well, yes.
Very well. Please understand, my young lad, and you too, Miss Eula. We are here to solve an affair that risks many people's lives. Furthermore, we have very short time to save them. As for you, young man, you know some very important things. You must tell us everything and leave nothing out.
But what are you
Listen to me. I will tell you a story. Davy, 5 days ago, at night, you were woken up by noises from the dining room. First, you heard the voice of the gardener, and then a loud blow to the floor. You got up and took the candle, which was lit. Then you went to the dining room. On your way, you found something on the floor and picked it up. It was likely a piece of paper. Afterwards, you went to the door of the dining room and saw the dead body of Colin the gardener soaking in a pool of blood. You also saw Ashmat, the other servant, dragging Mr. Arnson, who seemed dead, towards the door. Ashmat saw you, struck at you with his knife, and caught you in the arm. Seeing that this blow had not killed you, he raised his knife to strike again and eliminate the only witness to his heinous crime. But something stayed his hand. The item you picked up was far more important. He paused to snatch it up, giving you time to run away and barricade yourself in your room.
But if you were there, why didn't you do anything?
Mr. Holmes was not there, miss. But if he tells you that things have happened in such a way, you should believe him without any doubt.
Then you are a kind of hoodoo man.
In some way.
David, do this man tell it true? Is this what happened? The good man saved us both. Do what he tells you, Davy.
Listen to your sister, young man. Now, Davy, can you recall what was on that piece of paper? Think hard now. Watson, your notebook. Be attentive to everything he draws and copy it down exactly.
Okay, those are coordinates, I guess. This is very...
Holmes, can we trust these figures and make sense of them? I mean to say, consider this boy's affliction.
Ah, this boy. A strange one, isn't he? Watson, let's escort him and his sister to her employer.
This be the Gallagher's place. Thanks, misters.
Miss Euler, we should be thanking you. Now, take good care of your brother. Watson, we must move quickly. The enemy is close at hand, and there's another place we've yet to examine.
Okay. We need to get back lemons.
Nice lemons. Nice lemons. Nice lemons. Nice lemons.
Okay.
Yes, Watson, we must pass this way. Before we venture further, we must find some protection from this merciless insect horde. Wait for me here. This should prove useful.
Adventure game logic sometimes is a bit weird. But okay. We got it.
Ah, help!
Do I have maybe to cut it open? No? Use it on Watson?
Watson, cover yourself with lemon juice. It will protect you from the mosquito stings.
Do you know any similar trick to avoid the sting of bullets? We likely need it soon.
Ha ha ha! You're funny.
There are signs of a struggle here. Perhaps Arnson regained his senses and fought back. Blood, and in large quantities. This bush has been stripped of its lower leaves and slightly uprooted. Someone grabbed hold of the brambles and refused to let go. His adversary, unable to get him down due to the man's tight grasp, must have cut off his hand. I would say his right.
What a horror!
Rather, and quite determined.
There is evidence that a fierce struggle took place in the swamp on the way from Arnson's garden to the riverbank. The violence of this fight is unmistakable, as someone's right hand was severed at the same place.
A boat was waiting here. Watson, it seems everything leads to the swamp. How can we get there?
We must find that fisherman, the one at the docks who gave us information. He could help us.
You're quite right, Watson. Besides, it would be wise to visit a young woman.
A young woman?
Are we supposed to go back to the port?
Run, Watson, run!
We outran them, Holmes.
Surely not, Watson. They ceased their chase only when they saw we continued towards the port. Apparently, they have orders to kill intruders only as a last resort.
Is this supposed to reassure me?
Alright, let's go talk to Lucy. And pull out...
Good evening, my darlings. Come to have a little fun, have you?
Well...
No, madam. We came to give this bouquet to one of your boarders. You know who I'm talking about. We have something very important to say to her.
Good evening. You brought these flowers? Who are you? What's happened to...
Mr. Arnson? We still do not know exactly what has happened with the gentleman, but we are here to try and find out. Listen to me, miss.
Lucy.
My dear Miss Lucy, my friend and I have come here all the way from England. You may have seen us this morning with the sheriff.
Are you working for him?
No, actually we suspect him of obstructing our investigation. Our case has some remote connection with Mr. Arnson, so we went to his home to talk with him. While there, we found evidence he has been abducted and one of his servants had been murdered.
Kidnapped? But why?
I don't know, but time is running out. Please tell us what you know about Mr. Arnson. And, Miss Lucy, omit nothing. Even the most trivial of facts may prove to be of great importance.
He is such a kind man and had promised we would be married this autumn. He arrived in New Orleans about 2 years ago. He's a hunter and was to stay but a few weeks. He was after something in the swamp, Lord knows what. Then we met here. I had just started working, you see. Madam said that she would let me leave only if my debts and worth to her was paid off in full. A few weeks ago, Miss Arneson, said that he had the solution. Maybe he had the money and was kidnapped by people who wanted it. It would have been a small fortune to most folks around here.
And you know where he could have hidden it?
Oh, I don't care about the money. If it could bring me back Errol, I'd give it away gladly. He showed me a secret room upstairs. He shoots with a gun to open it. He says that nobody else can succeed but a real marksman. Behind the wall is a cupboard with weapons and a little box hidden behind a big rifle. His money is inside. To open the gate of the cupboard, he uses a signet ring that he wears on his right hand. But how can any of this help you? You don't have his ring.
You have been of greater assistance than you may realize, Miss Lucy. If Mr. Arnson is still alive, we shall bring him back to you. Come on, Watson. Now, Watson, let's explore this swamp.
We must find that fisherman, the one at the docks who gave us information. He could help us. We must find that...
Oh, we're not going back for the money?
Will this cover the cost of a boat?
It been kept in a bad way. My foot, it warm now for sure. All this'll get you is them planks from the woodpile around there.
And one of your lanterns.
Sold.
What do you expect to do with this, Holmes? Build a raft?
Watson, let's pay a visit to this Arnson.
would you be so kind as to explain to me why we are coming back with these wood planks?
We are searching for a signet ring, Watson.
And how do these planks help us find it?
We must recover the hand that wears it, so we must find a way to lure its finder.
But whom are you talking about, Holmes?
The raccoon.
Your intentions are good, my dear Watson, but you have...
You see a raccoon.
The facts speak for themselves, Watson. The key that unlocks Anson's cupboard is the signet ring he customarily wears on his right hand. There was the very same severed by one of his kidnappers when the poor man clung to the bush we saw on the way to the bayou. It so happens that raccoons are attracted by carrion and also are quite taken by shiny objects. No doubt one has made off with our missing hand and its ring. I noticed their tracks nearby, and no doubt they have a nest in this area. Find the raccoons, and we find our hand.
As you put it, it seems quite obvious, Holmes.
It's simplicity itself. But now we need to place some bait so the little fellow will come out and take us back to his den.
Alright, probably the kitchen. First of all. Okay, we got a ladder, thanks to the planks and the nails.
I'm going to set this outside to attract the little devil. Watson, there's the nest. It's on the roof above the balcony.
Alright, easy enough. Yep.
Excuse me, madam. I'm merely passing by with no wish to disturb you, although I'm sure you found Mr. Anson to be a man of good taste.
It's the juxtaposition between Sherlock being all polite to a raccoon and the creepy music. Whoa. Oh, we really should play Scratches someday.
Here's what we need to buy a boat.
What a splendid weapon.
Indeed, it'll be of great advantage in the swamp.
Alright, I think with that we are all set and we can go back
Watson, we
to...
must inspect this place.
Oh. Maybe we need to exit somewhere?
You should
there we
have
go.
listened to me, Mr. Holmes, and gone back on your boat.
It's the sheriff. Quickly, load the rifle, Holmes.
No, Watson, forget the gun and see to the ladder, and quickly.
That's why they didn't want me to exit that way.
Let's go, Watson, to the port.
Okay. Back to old Champagne.
Have we enough to buy a boat, sir?
For sure.
Excellent. Could you tell us the best way to reach the swamp area nearest to the rich parish?
That's simple enough for any fool. Sail along the river crook and keep close to the shore.
There is one last service you can do for us. The boat from which we disembarked is scheduled to leave tomorrow for Europe. Could you take a message to the crew for us? We may need for them to hold their departure until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Will do.
And one last thing. How may we identify old Sam's racks from any others?
Old Sam's racks be marked with blue and white tops.
Blue and
Now,
white tops.
Watson, let's explore this swamp.
Alright, let's make a save. Oh no! Oh, maybe it's because of that loading thingy. So let's look at those documents again. Search for Old Sam's racks. Pass in front of the Demon Rock. Take a left in front of the jellyfish. And as our friend just said, blue and white ropes.
Here is the hidden passage near Old Sam's racks. We are on the right course, Watson.
Okay. Can I save now? Damn it. Okay. Guess we're gonna have to play this game until we beat it. I really don't wanna have to
Here is the hidden passage.
replay it. If I can't save.
Nothing of value there, Watson.
No, this is a little closed area.
It would be better to turn back.
Alright, I completely went back. Cool. So let's stick close to the shore, but follow Old Sam's rack, so we're gonna go this way. And that's Old Sam's rack.
Blood!
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
I'm feeling this is Demon's Rock.
But
Oh.
what is this horror, Holmes? Where have you taken us?
Near the goal, Watson. Near the goal.
Left at the jellyfish.
God, look in the water. What monsters!
No, Watson. They are crocodiles, and apparently not very accommodating.
I can think of nothing useful. What are we to do, Holmes?
We must find some enticing food to lure them away from here, Watson. Let us think.
Holmes, I fail to see how they feed these creatures, and do not rely on me to dive in.
Oh, I have an idea.
Bravo, Watson. Here is what will draw these reptiles in that direction and free the passage.
Much better. But let's hurry and get ourselves across before we become their next course.
Alright. Taking a left at the jellyfish, because I assumed that was the jellyfish, because it looked like a jellyfish.
Attention, Watson. We arrive. Stand ready.
Here now, this is hardly reassuring.
Pitiable and blind
fools! Are you not aware of the Great One's arrival? Even now, his servants are coming across his kingdom, and the enlightened will give up their flesh to him. All will be present for his awakening. Do not fight the calling! Soon he will end his dreaming, and your world will be swallowed whole. Bow down and give thanks. You are the food of his new world.
I don't think we are.
I've got it, Holmes.
Thanks, bud.
This
Let's see.
sinister figure was also a cannibal. Bored by seafood, was he?
I guess that explains what happened to poor Amos.
Watson, see what you can do for this poor man. His servant took a harsh and terrible revenge by letting him go to these wild men. As for the others, I'm afraid we are too late. I haven't examined everything yet.
Oh, I'm back to Sherlock. Yep, that's Big Boy Cthulhu, alright.
What a strange book. I've never seen these idioms before. How perfect. It'll provide welcome diversion during our return voyage. A good number of people have been here, not long ago, and indeed not freely.
Oh boy. Okay, I hope I don't run into a game over at any time. Because if I do, it's gonna be rough.
Holmes, help me to carry him to the boat. I really can't say if he will survive the voyage back.
By the devil, that'd be Arneson.
Indeed. Do you know someone who can be accommodating and tend to him?
You takes yourselves round and seize that little Lucy what lives on the boat.
I know where Lucy is. Please, help my friends to lift this poor man to the wharf, and I will go find Miss Lucy.
What can we do for you, my pretty one?
Dear madam, could you tell Lucy that we have found Mr. Arneson, and tell her to hurry? This may be her last chance to see him while he still breathes.
Lucy! Lucy! Ah, here you are. This gentleman found your fella. My God, can it be true? Sure enough, as he say. What have they done with you? Oh, my poor love.
He has lost his hand and is in deep shock. But with rest and tender care, he has a good chance to survive these injuries.
Oh, madam, please, please.
If I could have a moment, we found this sum of money, which is a large amount and belongs to Mr. Arneson. I think it is fair to entrust it to your care.
Well, this seems all right then. I will take good care of you. You'll see, my love.
About Arneson's place, there was some disorder left there. If you could be a good man and set things right.
You can count on old Champagne for every little thing. Now that's a fact.
I can see our friend is in good hands. We better hurry, Watson. I see our ship is making ready to leave.
Well, Sherlock is really having fun. Or having a rough time of the boat ride.
Watson, I have told you several times now, I am not to be disturbed.
But Holmes, you have been locked inside your cabin for all of 4 days now. Outside, the sun is simply radiant, and the wind from the sea...
If you approach me, Watson, I will throw you out. Now, leave me.
Blast it all, Holmes! I am bored. I can't take these sailors' conversations for another minute.
We have an understanding, Watson, each to his purpose. I will look to the translation of the book. You are to study the figures written out by our young friend Davy. Now, get on with your task and leave me to mine.
But you know that these enigmas are not my strong point. Wouldn't you have some other task which is better suited to my skills, Holmes?
Of course. You're a man of letters, after all. So, return to the bridge, take your trusted notebook, and apply your mind to editing this small writing.
Agreed. On what subject?
It is my monograph on the calculated trajectories of gull excretia. Good day, Watson.
Oh. That was a dunk that Watson doesn't deserve.
I see we have received a message, undoubtedly from my brother Mycroft.
Sherlock, you should receive this letter upon your return from the Americas. Your instructions were followed to the letter in Switzerland, and I believe you will find the results satisfying. Several days ago, the Swiss authorities inspected the Black Edelweiss Institute and found evidence of serious breaches of established medical ethics in total accord with your findings. Dr. Guy Jacks was also found and detained. Unfortunately, before anything could be learned, he took desperate measures. He had hidden a small but highly lethal dose of potassium cyanide on his person. Before it could be stopped, he swallowed this poison and died immediately. His employees denied any knowledge of the doctor's murderous activities, and the evidence supports the conclusion that they were merely employees carrying out his orders. No trace was found of the Hindi. However, your friend Superintendent Bilger informed me that during your search of an underground level of the Institute, his men discovered a blood-splattered well. In this room, they also reported hearing a strange maniacal laughter that appeared to come from the bottom of the same well. The superintendent thinks, and I do, that the son was shouting out at the patients gathered in the hospital square. He theorizes that due to the odd acoustics present, the sound was distorted and appeared to be originating from that foul well. I must say, I agree completely with his reasoning and mentioned the odd report merely to apprise you of all the facts. You should also know that since its discovery, that dreadful room has been condemned and permanently sealed. Although most of Dr. Gaijak's documents were destroyed before the arrival of the Swiss police, a number of accounting references survived. These were adequate to trace a series of suspicious transactions. Even the famed confidentiality of the Swiss banks has their limits. What I learned, the seemingly fantastic, is quite probable. It seems that Dr. Gaijax had laid his hands on a goodly portion, if not the entirety, of Lord Rochester's lost treasure. You may recall the story. Lord Rochester, the infamous London billionaire, married an American woman. They had but one child, a lad named Archibald. After the boy completed his education and achieved his majority, he traveled east to take charge of his father's interest. In addition to his holding in England, Lord Rochester also had a number of jewel mines in India. At the end of 2 years, Archibald had accumulated a fortune in gemstones, all of the highest quality. The best of these were placed in a chest, which he took with him onto a ship bound for England. Then his fortunes turned. Neither he nor the gems ever saw land, as a dreadful storm sank the ship near the Indian coast. Only a few of the ship's crew survived. The bodies of the rest were pulled from the sea, with one notable exception. Not a trace was found of either Archibald or the famed chest. The tragedy took a far greater toll. Lord Rochester was devastated by the news and died soon after. Grief-stricken, Lady Rochester returned to her family home in Boston. She herself died not long ago. What was once a noble family is now gone. What you may not know is that Archibald Rochester had the stones carefully documented and inventoried before he boarded the ship. I was fortunate to see these very documents recently. Comparing the particulars, I can say with the utmost confidence that some of the same stones, presumably at the bottom of the Indian Ocean abyss, have astonishingly surfaced in the middle of the Swiss Alps. I was unsuccessful in uncovering exactly what facts led Amos Colby, the North Agency operative, to that area. But you may know more about the subject than I am privy to. Sincerely yours, Mycroft.
Strange. Here, read this, Watson.
Indeed, but the possession of such a treasure is an end in itself. Why the devil go through with such an elaborate masquerade?
Money is often the motive of the basest acts, but not in this case. These are deep waters indeed, Watson. These people follow some other dark purpose, so desperate that it justifies any sacrifice and great risk.
You frighten me, Holmes.
I know. Sometimes I frighten myself. Enough of idle speculations, Watson. I asked you to study the figures drawn by young Davy. No doubt they are some cipher. What do you make of them?
All right. So this is cipher. The first part of it should be the key.
Your intentions are good, my dear Watson.
Okay, that was I was trying an easy cheap thing. 6879543112. I'm actually lost on this one. There's one non-numeric character? Oh, the bar. Okay, yeah, no. That much I've understood. Oh, okay. Okay. 214 67938. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Wait, no. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there would be 2 7s in this one. I guess nothing is missing here. So this is a space. So it's 56 space. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four, 3. 56, 53. And then it's 50. Oh, I'm losing track of the number. I need to write this down. So it's 56436. And down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait. This is blank again, I guess. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 6 is the next number. 8. Then 1 is clearly the next number. The 6, 1. 3. 6, 1, 3, 4. Okay. 5, 6. Oh, guess I gotta use these. Unless, okay. 4, 3, 6. 6, 1, 3, 4.
Your intentions are good, my dear. What?
Okay. Oh, I guess 0 was the blank.
Indeed, they are open to but one possible meaning, even if it eludes me at present. As for my own enigma, I have failed to penetrate the secrets of this
Their
book.
coordinates. Come on,
The
there was the
language is
little
archaic, and my
north
own
symbol.
modest knowledge of ciphers is sorely tested. I have succeeded in drawing forth only insanities and other absurdities. According to this book, if my translation is exact, if one makes this mark with human blood, and then with conviction recites this illuminating verse, Gnah, Kudwallia, his heart splurhe. The victim is mesmerized or demons leave his mind. I tell you, Watson, this reads like complete gibberish. I do not know what to make of it.
How did you say it? Gnurth Kudwa. What? These drawings. What a horror. I tell you, Holmes, this book gives me great unease, as does almost everything to do with this affair.
I just recalled, Watson. Didn't Barnes, the bookseller, tell us he had studied ancient history? Perhaps he might help us with the translation of this book. We must seek out better minds, for we are at a standstill. I have not the slightest idea where they could have taken these people and what consequences await them. Let's take our leave and see if Barnes might be of assistance.
All right. Oh boy, yeah, these are bad symbols. Let me actually see, because there's more than that. Clearly, Eldritch God symbol.
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, a real pleasure to see you. I say, where have you been? You've stayed away for some months now.
Indeed, we took a very long journey and barely made it back. However, we have more important matters to discuss. Didn't you say you have some knowledge of ancient people, their language, writings, and customs?
Indeed I did, Mr. Holmes. Why do you ask?
Hey, would you like to see this book?
You are just the man we need. I ran across this esoteric text during our travels and wondered if... Is there something wrong, Barnes?
Mr. Holmes, wherever did you find this? This book, it is worthy of a museum.
If you could be so good as to translate some of these fragments for me, I would be in your debt. I am particularly interested in these pages here. They are in the poorest condition and therefore appear to be the most used.
With pleasure. I will get to work straight away and keep you informed of my progress.
All right. Saving's still not an option, huh? Damn it, stupid physics engine. Oh.
Holmes, whatever shall...
Oh, maybe we get a...
Strand! Get the Strand! 3 ships still missing at sea! All aboard feared lost! Get the Strand! Latest word on the missing ships!
Give me the latest edition. There's a good lad.
Thank you, mister.
Storm of the Century. The colossal tempest, many are already calling the Storm of the Century, has taken hold on the Scottish and Irish coastlines. It has been raging for these last 2 weeks, and officials are alarmed by signs that the storm is intensifying. Witness reports that the winds are increasing and waves higher than 40 feet have been spotted. The storm is taking a terrible toll in shipping and the lives of seamen. 34 ships have been reported lost, and even as this article goes to press, several hundred lives hang in the balance as seamen struggle against the raging element. Sadly, the Royal Navy Rescue is presently forbidden to launch a search party due to the dangerous conditions. Until the storm lifts, those lost at sea have only fortune and faith which may carry them home. Their one ray of hope is that the majority of lighthouses remain in operation. The roads leading to them are largely underwater, and their occupants, the guardians of our costa and the sailor's last friend, are manning their posts bravely, though they remain cut off from the world. Her Majesty the Queen held an emergency meeting with her ministers about the crisis along our coast and it was learned that similar phenomena are occurring around the world. An extraordinary quality of the tempest is that savaging our waters is that it appears to affect the weather around the world, creating similar storms elsewhere. Reports from continental Europe, the Americas, Africa, and Oceania all speak of the rapidly deteriorating sea conditions. Some scholars speculate that the force and direction of the currents around our coastline is amplifying the effect of those waves in the ambient seas. However, according to these same scholars, the worldwide effect of this magnitude would be the first of its kind. French police sputter. Undoubtedly, the French police are always late. In its embroiled chase of the mysterious burglar A.L., whose exploits we have followed with great regularity, police have struck a significant obstacle. This being the victim's unbridled admiration for his canny teeth. A rich and well-known eccentric heiress was recently robbed of a fortune in gems. Their value is estimated to be several hundred million francs. The regional authorities have placed her estate under close watch as they quite rightly regarded it as a prime target for the notorious thief. Last night, a shadowy figure was observed scaling the walls, crossing the grounds, and entering the residence. The policemen closed their trap neatly, with an entire brigade standing by as reinforcements. They charged the manor, throwing the household into a panic and rushed the heiress' private rooms. She met them in her nightdress and perkily announced that the theft of her jewelry had just occurred. After several minutes, rather long ones, she explained that she showed the burglar an ancient secret passage in her room, through which he escaped and skillfully avoided the police. The passage led to a nearby train station. The shocked civil servants took their leave without saying a word, rejecting the light meal prepared for them by the lady of the house. No doubt it would take more than a few croissants for the slaves to persuade the assurance company to pay her the value of the stolen gems.
Watson, consider the news of all these missing ships. I have an idea, but it will be necessary to secure a chart of the Scotland coast and nearby seas. No point in asking Barnes. I have no desire to divert his attention from the translation.
True enough, Holmes. But where else would we find such a chart?
Well, considering that they're letting me go to the harbor,
It's elementary. It is a sea chart we seek. We must go to the harbour. Good day, sir.
Good morning to you, gentlemen. Would you care for a pint, or perhaps something finer?
Thank you, but at the moment I have need of information and will have to miss another glass of your fine ale. More's the pity. Would you happen to know where I could find charts of the local waters?
They're all kept at the harbour master's office, but I'm afraid only those with port business are allowed to enter. I trust you understand.
Precisely. What I need is a chart of the Scottish area, where all those ships have wrecked recently.
Indeed, such a sad tale. All those poor souls lost at sea. It seems as if the very devil is at work there. Hang on, a chart of the Scotland coastline, you said? It seems to me I have one in my room over there, behind the bar. Here's the key. Take it and have a look for yourself. If you find it, it's yours for the taking.
that's a very nice bartender. Kind of weird. They would just be like, just take it. Lord Rochester's son embarks for India.
A photograph of Rochester as a young man.
I think they mean to imply that Rochester is really the Black Edelweiss hermit. I think.
I have what we need, Watson. Now, let's examine this map.
Alright, so.
Let us pause to
Yeah. No, I just need to double check my coordinates. 564360613 five 6 436 and 6 and 17 something. Uh,
let us pause.
it's not a mystery. 613 for. 613 minutes and 4 seconds, so we're somewhere here. And 56. It should be.
Watson, that's what those mysterious figures meant. Longitude and latitude. They indicate a point along the Scottish coast called Ardnamurcombe. Let's bring back the key to the tavern keeper and see if he knows this place.
Alright. Like, it was clearly coordinates. Like, if you go back and look at the no. Look at this. How are you not thinking of coordinates? Come on, this is clearly north.
Did you find everything to your liking?
Indeed, you are as good as your word. I found the charts just as you said. Does the name Ardnamurcombe mean anything to you?
Ah, yes, it's a lighthouse along that very coastline. Legend has it, the place was built over a pirate's hideaway. In fact, now that I think on it, that spot is right in the middle of the tempest that is taking down all those ships. Rather odd-looking building. They say the chap who built it, Stevenson I believe his name was, that he fancied up the entrance with foreign symbols, Egyptian obelisks and even a dog with wings. Strange fixings for a lighthouse, isn't it?
Alright. So, I mean...
Anything else, gentlemen?
Go talk to Barnes again? Oh. I thought I picked Barnes.
Mr. Holmes, I was able to translate the pages that you wanted. Come, I will show you. This book is quite ancient. It tells of a terrifying sect devoted to strange entities. The descriptions are vague, but we can presume the origin of this myth arises from the destructive Leviathan represented in the Bible, a creature said to sleep and dream in a strange city under the sea.
A nightmare sleeping within the sea.
To be exact, the pages you asked me to translate are in fact a prayer or invocation to this entity and the description of the ceremony associated with it. To be frank, what is described in this book would make one laugh, were it not for its reliance on such horribly obscene, morbid, and bloodthirsty language.
And this ceremony, what can you tell me about it?
Promise me you will not laugh. The book says that hundreds or thousands of years ago, during a particular alignment of the stars, a priest performed these rites, invoking the name of a destructive Leviathan. The priest intoned his name and called for his return to this earth so his followers could give him his due. The priest then asked a representative of each nation on the earth to recite the invocation and sacrifice themselves to the sea from atop a colossal natural rock tower surrounded by water. All this is quite absurd, isn't it?
Pray continue, Barnes.
As you like. It goes on to say that the ceremony must be held under the image of the messenger of the outside gods. Nothing more exact is said on these entities. However, from their description, their messenger would have a form rather close to the Egyptian Sphinx, except that his face is without feature and jet black in colour. So an idol in its likeness must be present during the ceremony. But can you imagine that? Some so-called priest and an international crowd atop a tower singing in unison before some faceless winged stone lion?
I can imagine it very well, Barnes. You say that these people are to throw themselves into the sea so that their god will have his due. But what is it about? What does this god seek?
That's the most preposterous part of this tale, and proves it to be pure myth and fancy. Even for the sake of argument, this ceremony could never have happened. In such ancient times, it would have been quite impossible to gather representatives from every nation on Earth and in one place.
I understand, Barnes. Humour me a bit more and please answer my last question. What would this Leviathan want from us?
Indeed, we would owe this creature our world. According to this, complete the ceremony and the collective sacrifice, invoke the demon, and he will arise and swallow the earth. Yes, Holmes, they sought nothing less than the end of the world. What nonsense!
Ah, that's funny.
I must leave now.
That's very,
Goodbye.
very funny. Very,
The
very
newspaper
funny.
dating before our departure. Watson, find it. There was some article about the current alignment of the stars. This may tell us precisely how much time we have left.
But Holmes, surely you can't believe...
The newspaper, Watson. Find that newspaper.
Alright. Let's prevent an elder god from,
Look, Watson,
being brought to
the light
life.
is barely lit. This explains the shipwrecks and recent disappearances.
Holmes, if we do not find a place to land, and soon, I fear they will add our names to those poor souls lost in these seas. Oh my God! Holmes, look! The sea! It just swallowed him!
Lambs for the slaughter! Watson, we must stop this!
Alright, let's see. What do we have around here? Looks like a goat. Now, I hope that there is no more chance of game over.
They took particular pains to give this statue a featureless black face. It is sealed tight from the inside.
Alright, so we're gonna have to figure something else out. What can we do? Oh, there's shit over here.
This rope is hardly reliable, but it's the best that we have.
I understand thematically why they're supposed to be shouting. I still don't love it. Okay, we got a cabin here. Oh.
Indeed, barrels of fresh water.
Hmm. And we have that thing. More shipwrecks stuff.
This wet wooden piece must weigh as much as 2 elephants.
Yeah, but at least we can probably go down this thing, right? Are you not gonna let me grab it?
This wet wooden piece... This wet wood... This wet wooden...
So let's go back to our documents. There's a crevice, there's a wreck, there's a cabin, there's another wreck, there's the lighthouse. In the middle of the three throwing mounts, 30 steps towards the ram.
Watson, here are 3 geysers of seawater. We could do well to remember what McGrinty's man said before they slit his throat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30.
This must be the place. You know my methods, Watson. Let's examine the soil closely.
This is the cool part, is where you're like, oh shit, we're actually going after the treasure of the pirate.
I begin to think those pirate tales are more than mere superstitions.
You may well be right, Holmes. And about the ghost?
Who knows, Watson? Who knows?
Holmes!
Ha ha ha! Come on, Watson. We are men of science, aren't we? A real danger waits for us in this lighthouse, if we reach it. To reassure you, I will take the lead and go down first. Let's see. It seems to me it is rather an abrupt descent. How should we go about this?
Alright, let's go now grab the thing. Will you let me grab it?
This wet wooden piece.
Oh, come on!
This wet wood.
Indeed, barrel.
I guess I can combine these two things, maybe? No.
I must take care not to fall inside. I must take care not to fall. I must take care not to fall in.
But why won't you let me grab the thing? Maybe it's too large and I need to break it up, but no.
This wet wood.
I'm confused. Yep. We did all this. We move that. Oh, I guess I just need to anchor the rope. Okay, that was dumb. I think I fell.
Holmes! Holmes! Can you hear me? Holmes! Are you all right?
Don't worry, Watson. I appear to still be in one piece. This rope is finished. But fortune is on our side, as the lantern is undamaged. This ground is unstable. I dare not take a step without the light.
Holmes! I will try to join you.
No, Watson, stay where you are. This rope is useless. We are quite separated, my friend. I will try to find the way to the lighthouse alone. Although, to be honest, I would feel much better with a weapon at my side. No, keep your pistol. It could discharge if dropped. Here now, I have an idea. Toss me that iron bar instead.
Watch out!
Watson, what rotten luck. It is stuck.
Holmes! I can't understand what you are saying.
I can barely make him out. Bad luck. The hole must be blocked with debris. From now on, I have only my wits to serve me.
Alright.
This skeleton has fossilized. It must have been here for years. The only foe I could hope to beat with that is a serving of pudding. and even then only if it were lightly prepared.
Do, 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 do. Okay, let's see.
This box is almost untouched. Moreover, someone has taken care to seal it against the elements with a cover and tar.
I should still be able to open it, right? Yeah.
Sails, sails, and more sails. They might serve as rags. We shall see.
What else do we have?
These beams undoubtedly came from some structure overhead. Maybe something interesting is there, but I can't make it out. Poor devil. Alcohol has killed him.
Here we got an empty flask.
He liked his drink. Apparently too much. Still some left. This drink twists a man's gut at least 95 degrees, and age has not improved it. This should prove useful.
They have some stills going on here, clearly. Oh.
This will do nicely as a ladder.
Okay, we definitely need to bomb that. We have some alcohol. We have some rags. I need to reach that. I have a ladder, so we can just do this.
Yes, there is something here.
Oh.
Now it can't be used for anything.
Do I need to...
Now it can't be used for anything. Now it can't be used for anything. I need something. This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again. This isn't right. Now it can't be used for anything.
Let's see. I need to fill this with gunpowder. That's what I need to do. Okay, I see. Okay, it's starting to get to me.
Yes, there is something here. Yes, there is something here.
I'm not entirely sure.
Now it can't be used for anything.
What do you want me to do with this? That's what I don't understand. Anything else around here? Bam, bam, bam.
I need something. This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin... This isn't right. Perhaps if I This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again. 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 This isn't right. Perhaps if I begin again.
Oh, no, I'm just realizing now. Yeah.
I must find a way to move this without breaking it. And there, it is done.
Alright.
What have we here? A powder keg? It has been sealed tight, so the powder inside may still be of use.
Okay.
I cannot take this. It's too heavy.
I don't want to take it, I want to open it, but...
I cannot take this. I cannot take this. It's... And there, it is done.
I just needed to do that, apparently. Alright,
The bomb.
okay, we have a bomb. I am, however, now realizing we are missing the way to light it. Oh, direct soak and alcohol are meant to make a torch, aren't they? I just don't have the stick for it, though.
This skeleton has fossilized.
Yep. Fossil, for sure. You're not gonna let me talk to Watson anymore. Oh. I had completely misunderstood this thing. I thought I was supposed to blow this up, which is why I had not gone this way.
I am still alive, but I have broken my lantern.
I got lucky because I could have been stuck there and being like, I don't fucking know what to do, and then it was just like, yo, bro, just walk over the thing that you were doing, and it's like,
It is
fuck.
too dark in here. I must find a way to light this place.
I don't know. There's nothing down here I can do. But there's
Perhaps if
some.
I call out, Watson will hear. Watson! Watson!
Oh.
The storm no doubt drowns out my calls, but I need a light and only Watson can help me. I need something like a speaking cone.
Yeah, I got that.
Watson!
What? Is that the ghost?
Watson! It's me, Holmes!
The ghost of Holmes? Whatever are you up to now?
Watson! Woohoo! Watson! Oh good, Watson, here you are, at last.
It is definitely me, Holmes. Don't worry, I am here at my post and steady as a rock.
Rather hard of hearing lately, sorry my dear Watson. Would you happen to have some matches on you?
Well, yes. Take these.
Thank you, Watson. You've done all you can. Now go and find some shelter from this storm. I believe I'm on the right path now.
No bother at all, Holmes. I will be close by. Just call out, and I'm your man.
There's a good man. Where would I be without my Boswell?
Alright. Still don't have an actual stick for my torch.
Unequivocally, alcohol has destroyed everything here.
But I guess
Some
a
of these
bone will
bones have
do.
fossilized over time. I could use them as torch handles.
Hup. And no.
To fall into this crevice would mean certain death. If I could move this rock, I believe I could go further. I need something.
Yes. No, let's put a bomb in a cave. That's definitely safe. Letter valve.
I can't do... Impossible. I need something. This lattice may be covered with rust, but it appears quite strong. Impossible.
I mean... Oh, it's literally just matching things, I guess? No.
And there, it is done.
I don't know what the point of that puzzle was,
Impossible. I need something. And there, it is done. The most vulnerable part of this device is clearly this old rusted padlock. Impossible.
I'd break it with bones.
Impossible. Impossible.
Oh.
I can't do...
Uh...
I can't... I can't... Impossible.
I'm actually curious, what was the purpose of that quote-unquote puzzle? That is so dumb. Like, it's literally just brute forcing it. Like, what's the point? Oh, rock.
This should prove useful.
There we go, this is what I was looking for.
Impossible.
Oh, no? I don't understand. Am I not supposed to break the... Whatever.
And there, it is done. This well must empty directly into an underground river. This well must empty directly into an underground river. This well must empty... This well must empty directly... This well must empty directly into... This well must empty...
Ah, there we go.
Yes, there is something here. To fall into this crevice would mean certain death.
So we're gonna go ahead.
I can't do this. I need something.
I
need something.
Get her bones, maybe?
I need something. I need something. I need something. I need something.
Oh. There we go. I guess I can wrap this around a rock. There's a bit of trial and error in this part, it feels like. Peg leg.
Closed tight.
That's funny.
Only a person with a wooden leg should open this door. Only a person with a wooden leg should open this door. Only a person with a The treasure was poorly concealed after all. Why, even a child could have found it. Now we must move on to more serious concerns. Could this be a way back to the lighthouse?
Well, hey, at least we have found a pirate treasure, so that's a nice story.
A truly magnificent piece, and in such good condition. I cannot leap across, as it is too far. Watson, where is my Boswell when I need him? Watson! Watson!
Here am I, Holmes! Did you find a way to reach the lighthouse?
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I need your help. Could you recover the mast of one of these shipwrecked boats and throw it through the fissure?
A mast, you say? Throw it through the fissure? I will do what I can, Holmes!
Hurry, Watson!
Alright, I know exactly where it is. Oh, now you're willing to carry it. Frickin' Watson. Frickin' Watson. No, it weighs as much as 2 elephants.
This light must come from inside the lighthouse. What is that ungodly stench? No time for speculation. I must lift this stone. Oh my God!
Jesus. Extremely creepy. Yeah.
I am very happy that... Oh my God! What sort of madman could...
If we are to find out, we must find a way to reach the top of the lighthouse. These lamps produce a lethal smoke. We must stop these fires, and quickly. A bucket and some water. Hurry, Watson!
Alright, well, at least we know where the water is, so... Oh, and here's a bucket. How convenient.
I shall take this. I must return to the lighthouse, and quickly. I need something.
Oh.
Bravo, Holmes!
How clever you are, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson. You discovered our trail and found this fool Arneson. Ah, my dear Arneson, please tell me, how is hand and all that goes on in his head? I am Ashma, true believer of the great old ones. Tremble, fools! I will fill you with lead and then stuff you with octopus.
Oh.
Very interesting.
Bravo, Holmes. Hurry up, Holmes.
Alright.
Bravo, Holmes. Bravo, Holmes.
Anything else down here? Doesn't look like it.
Take caution. He is most certainly waiting for us upstairs. I will try to lure him into range, and this time take aim at his head.
Holmes, but I have no more bullets.
Then fate is against us, Watson. Unless, if his belief is his strength, perhaps it is also his weakness. Here's the place. Now, to find some blood and draw the sign of the great old ones.
Mm-hmm. Where do I find some blood? It feels like there's blood all over the place. Oh, right here.
I need something.
Oh, brother. Okay, let's add everything and take things off. Okay, so we definitely don't need this. We do need this part. We do need... There's a little bit here that's missing. We definitely need this one. The stupid part was too much. Okay, let's see. No. Yes, because it's part of the circle. Yes, because it's part of the circle. Yes, because it's part of the cross. Circle. Yep. Yep. Definitely not. That's better. And definitely not. Definitely not. Oh, shit. Also. No, this one I need. Isn't this it? Am I missing something? No. No. Oh, god damn it. I don't think I actually need the, like, eye bleed in the middle. Worse. 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 Bad. Good. Good. Okay, this was the piece I was missing. You. 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 The I. You. You.
This isn't right. Perhaps if...
Oh, I need to. Okay. Documents. Let's look at it again. I guess it doesn't say anything about having a circle around it, so... I... Bottom of the eye. Yeah, I don't know why in my mind there needed to be a circle around it. That was the issue. No, this one's not right.
And there, it is done.
There we go.
Gnarch cwd Holland silurstige subala hol.
Wow. He just died of fear? Jesus. That is some devotion.
It is locked. The only way in is to batter it down.
Your friend will have a hard time, and you too, my friend. Go on, kill me. You're too late. Nothing will stop the master from finishing his work.
And why is that?
The door is locked with a padlock, and as long as my friend's alive, you'll never have that key. He surely crushed your pathetic friend. Believe me, he's a better man in a fight than me.
Cease your prattle. Where is the key?
Here comes my friend.
Where is the key? Listen, you fool. What is the good of this great event if you lose your head and hands to a sword?
You're right, my dear. Anyway, you'll never get that key so long as my friend's alive. He has it deep and safe in his own...
Yeah, rotted timing.
Holmes, I am in time.
As always, Watson, as always.
I was quite fortunate. The fall broke the neck of my attacker, but I got off lightly, just some bruises.
I am happy to see you safe and sound. Now, we must reach the top of the lighthouse.
Figure out where the key is, I guess. Once you have killed the security guard, quickly turn off that lighthouse so that the master's lead replaces it. Otherwise, the dream will not be fulfilled. Rochester. Yes, I shall soon join you in a few days. Yep, have a pretty good idea that Rochester was in fact the hermit.
The door is securely fastened and with a formidable lock. The man over there, or rather down there, he told me that while this Hindi was alive, I couldn't have the key. Now, where could he have hidden it?
Well, it's inside his
Your
foot.
intentions are good, my dear Watson, but you have missed everything of importance.
Nah, I'm kidding. Hammock.
You do not think that he could have.
Yes, Watson, you once again grasped the obvious. He must have swallowed the key. I will have to...
No, Holmes. I am the doctor here, and we have little time. Sword?
Sword. Scalpel.
I need something.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, we have opened the door.
Watson!
Still have some time, I guess.
Holmes, at last here you are. Our informants did not lie.
Oh no, there he is.
You are a most resourceful and cunning man, and you will have your reward, for you will be in the first box waiting his return. He is near. Can't you hear him? Can't you feel his breath? Leave them.
It is time to stop this madness, Lord Rochester. All those people sacrificed for nothing.
Flesh. Nothing but soft flesh.
Think of your mother. She never gave up. She always loved you, always searched for you.
A soft-fleshed creature with no more value than dust. My true mother is the deep blue abyss where my master awaits. He summons me to join the light of abyss. Join us, Holmes, and you will be part of the dream. Sing with me now. Sing!
Do something, Holmes. I won't be able to keep them back for much longer. And, my God, the sea is rising. Holmes, make haste, or we are lost.
Stand firm, Watson. There may be a way.
All right.
Light! I found it, Watson. Light dispels darkness. I must fire up the lighthouse. Hold fast, Watson. I must continue searching or all is lost.
All right.
I need something. I need something. Impossible.
Bravo, Holmes.
Ah, no! No! Cast out this light! Continue the ceremony! Sing! We must sing!
You will never reach the end of your song, Rochester. Take heed as your choir is leaving. Come with me. This place is dangerous.
You don't understand, Holmes. He is here. He has come.
Rochester!
I called you. You came. Take me. I belong to you. The world is yours. Oh, great! Ah!
That's a crazy ass wave. Jesus.
A singular destiny was the fate of young Lord Rochester. Those who saved him from drowning in those dark waters off the Indian coast served only to cast him into the true abyss, that of madness. A brilliant young man of noble blood, whose intelligence was perverted to the service of appalling ancient rites. What did he see or envision that transformed him into such a beast? To bring all those wretched souls to the slaughterhouse like so many sheep, then assemble a confederacy of criminals and psychopaths like the sinister Dr. Gyjax, who used the sale of precious stones to ensure only the purest and most robust racial specimens were obtained for his purposes. Such men who would survive not only a long voyage imprisoned in the depths of a ship's hold, but the torture and drugs intended to hammer into their brains a sordid litany from the end of ages. Monster and genius one and the same.
It's cool that they show you all the collectibles, all the things that you
Next
grabbed.
was the discreet placement of his men in cities ideally located to secure representatives of every nation on Earth. Blacks and Chinese gathered in the Americas, the people of Oceania and Asia in London, Eastern and Central Europeans gathered in Switzerland. Their delivery timed to the exact moment and place dictated by ancient rites and a precise stellar alignment. Finally, to find the only building perched over the water, where the builder had the convenient caprice to install Egyptian statues and then to eliminate the lone occupant, taking their place by posing as their nephew and traditional heir to the post. Did genius create the evil, or evil the genius?
We shall never know.
You are awake, Holmes?
Your moans got the better of my sleep, Watson. I assume you had the nightmare again?
Indeed, Holmes. And this time the memories of that dreadful adventure were so vivid and real. Everything came back to me, as if it were happening again.
All the better, Watson. It is because you had begun to forget. The best therapy would have been for you to write on the subject, but what we saw and endured must never be revealed.
True, Holmes. We have never even spoken on it. But do you believe that had we failed, if we had not arrived in time, if this strange ritual had seen its end?
Who knows, Watson? Who knows? But you speak of the past. What troubles me more is the future.
Whatever do you mean?
We eliminated, or have every reason to think so, a formidable threat to our society. But by doing so, we resurrected another, a hidden danger, one laden with hate and moved by vengeance.
He's talking about Moriarty, which we saw in the Black Edelweiss
Wearing a
Institute.
face I know far too well.
All right. And that does it. And yeah, we managed to finish it despite not being able to save for the second half, so that's good. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I like this game. Don't like it as much as the next two games in the series. Nemesis, or versus Saint Lupin, as it's known sometimes, and versus Jack the Ripper. These are, I think, two of the highlights. But it has, a really cool setting, and despite some clunky puzzles, it's a good experience. So thank you for watching. I will be back tomorrow afternoon with The Longest Journey. You can find me on twitch.tv/gameswithnick, where you can see the full schedule posted. And you can find my VODs on youtube.com/gameswithnick. And we'll be back with some bonus streams eventually also with Nemesis, because, again, I want to try to do a full playthrough of the complete series of Sherlock Holmes, just to see all the beautiful things that we can get from it. So, thank you for watching, and until next time.